Hello the Blues, welcome again to the Blue Report. New Chelsea target already revealed. Victor Osimhen bid accepted, Gittens and Fofana next. Chelsea's transfer window has gone from quiet speculation to full-blown warfare. And this time, Stamford Bridge is the battlefield where serious intent is being shown. As the blue flag rises again over London, the Blues have stunned the Premier League by securing an accepted bid for Victor Osimhen, reigniting fan excitement and sparking a new era of aggressive, forward-focused ambition under Enzo Maresca. And just as that bombshell was dropping, another wave of transfer targets emerged, with Bynoe-Gittens and David Datro Fofana suddenly propelled into the spotlight as Chelsea's next key pieces. Let's start with the headline that shook the Premier League. After more than a year of on and off negotiations, failed talks and endless speculation, Chelsea's offer for Victor Osimhen has finally been accepted by Napoli. The Nigerian superstar is now one step away from becoming the most important Chelsea number 9 since Didier Drogba, and the fan base knows it. Personal terms, long agreed, are now just awaiting signature, and Osimhen is expected to travel to London in the coming days for medicals and contract finalisation. The reported bid is in the region of 75 million plus add-ons, making it one of the most ambitious striker signings in Chelsea's modern history. And this time, it feels right. Osimhen isn't just another expensive experiment. He's not an overhyped youth project or a panicked January deal. He's the complete forward. Brutal in transition, dominant in the air, clever with his runs, and ruthless in front of goal. The Stamford Bridge hierarchy is convinced he is the striker who can end the revolving door at the number 9 position. No more false nines, no more stopgaps. Osimhen is the real thing, and Maresca has already drawn up the system that puts him at the very heart of Chelsea's revival. But this is only part one of the plan. Even as Osimhen prepares for the big reveal, Chelsea have quietly finalised another move, one that many fans are debating passionately. The signing of Bynoe-Gittens from Borussia Dortmund is all but done, with a fee of 35 million already accepted. The 19-year-old winger has split fan opinion, with some calling him overhyped and another Mudryk-style risk, while others point to his raw electric potential and his flashes of brilliance in Germany. What makes this signing different, however, is how Enzo Maresca himself requested the player. Gittens isn't being signed to sell shirts, he's being signed to fit a vision. Maresca wants width, pace, and direct 1v1 ability in transition. Gittens gives him that, and with players like Noni Madueke still fighting for consistency, this new arrival could add fuel to a competitive, high-energy winger battle inside Cobham. But Chelsea's work is not done, because while most eyes were locked on Osimhen and Gittens, another name has quietly crept back into the conversation: David Datro Fofana. Yes, that Fofana. The Ivorian striker, who joined in 2023 before being loaned out, now finds himself back under serious internal review. And what's more surprising, Maresca reportedly likes what he sees. Fofana, still only 21, was impressive during parts of his loan spells, showing strength, balance and a hunger to fight. And while Chelsea are still pushing for Osimhen to lead the line, there's growing belief inside the club that Fofana might be worth a second look, either as Osimhen's understudy or as part of a deeper striker rotation if the squad shifts to a front two at times. With Jackson's future still uncertain and Lukaku permanently out of Chelsea's long-term plans, Fofana's name has emerged again at the perfect time. He's young. He's on the books. And under Maresca's coaching, who's to say he can't evolve into a reliable second option? Still, Chelsea aren't just recycling, they're recruiting, and the next new target has already been revealed, this one straight out of La Liga. Sources close to the club indicate that Nico Williams is now Chelsea's top wing priority following the Gittens signing. A release clause of 58 million makes the deal tempting, and Chelsea have already initiated contact with the Athletic Bilbao Stars representatives. Williams, Osimhen and Gittens, that's the front line being envisioned. It's aggressive, it's unpredictable, and above all, it's young and hungry. Chelsea are looking not just for talent, but for fit. Players who align with Maresca's principles of vertical attacking, ball retention in tight zones and punishing high defensive lines. The rebuild isn't random anymore. There's a clear pattern emerging. Every name being linked or signed speaks to a tactical profile. Gone are the days of impulse purchases. This is Maresca's blueprint, and Todd Boehly is backing it fully. Chelsea, exclusive, 110 transfer shock. Gittens and Osimhen bids accepted. Enzo Maresca's new striker era begins at Stamford Bridge. In a summer already filled with speculation, frustration and false starts, Chelsea have finally delivered what their fans have been begging for. And they've done it in seismic fashion. After months of shadow negotiations, internal assessments, and scouting missions across Europe, the Blues have pulled off an extraordinary transfer double. Chelsea have had their bids accepted for both Borussia Dortmund's Jamie Bynoe-Gittens and Napoli's Victor Osimhen, a staggering 110 million splashed in total. The message is clear, the doubts are gone. The striker era at Stamford Bridge is reborn, and this time, Enzo Maresca is in full control. It started as a whisper. Rumours of Jamie Bynoe-Gittens' name being floated in Chelsea circles barely made headlines, lost beneath louder stories of Nico Williams and Michael Olise. But behind the scenes, something was brewing. Maresca, fresh from his arrival in West London and armed with a bold tactical vision, made it clear he wanted a winger not just with flair, but with fearlessness. Someone who didn't play safe. Someone with unpredictable dribbling, electric bursts of pace, and the potential to become the club's next wide menace. That man, in his mind, was Gittens. And now it's official. Chelsea have seen their 35 million bid accepted by Borussia Dortmund, and the young English winger is now preparing to sign a 4-year contract. At just 19, Gittens is still a raw gem, but Maresca sees more. He sees a player who, under his meticulous system and coaching style, can develop into something terrifying. The comparisons to young Sancho, Hudson-Odoi and even Dembele are inevitable, but Gittens is determined to carve his own path. And for Chelsea, this is not a marquee signing, it's a system signing, one that brings dynamism, width and long-term growth. But make no mistake, the fireworks weren't lit by Gittens alone. Because in the same moment Chelsea fans were digesting that surprise move, the real explosion dropped. Chelsea's massive 75 million bid for Victor Osimhen has been accepted by Napoli. After what felt like a never-ending saga, months of flirting, deadlock over release clauses and false dawns, the Blues have finally secured the man fans have been dreaming of. Victor Osimhen, the predator, the warrior, the striker who terrifies centre-backs and lives off chaos. He is coming to Stamford Bridge. The deal is monumental, both financially and symbolically. Personal terms have already been agreed, with Osimhen ready to sign a long-term deal that would make him one of the highest-paid players at the club. Medicals are scheduled for the coming days, and the club is preparing for a presentation unlike anything seen since the arrival of Eden Hazard. But why now? Why did Napoli accept? The answer lies in a mixture of timing, leverage, and Chelsea's new transfer clarity under Maresca and the Sporting Board. Napoli, having failed to secure Champions League football, were under pressure to sell, and Chelsea, aware that PSG and Al Hilal were circling, moved decisively. They offered not just money, but a vision. A chance for Osimhen to become the King of London, the focal point of a rebuilt Chelsea, and the final missing piece in Maresca's master plan. That master plan? It's becoming clearer by the day. Imagine this, Victor Osimhen leading the line. On one side, the explosive Nico Williams, a signing the club is still confident of securing before July. On the other, the raw, fearless Gittens. Behind them, Enzo Fernandez pulling strings. Carney Chukwuemeka finally unleashed in a more advanced role, and Conor Gallagher, if he stays, pressing like a madman, feeding chaos into a system of controlled aggression. This is not just a rebuild, this is a revolution. Maresca, known for his tactical discipline and obsession with detail, is crafting a team that plays with width, speed and vertical intensity. And for the first time in years, Chelsea are not throwing darts in the dark, they're buying to fit a shape. Osimhen is the apex, the striker Chelsea have been crying out for. The ghost of Diego Costa and Didier Drogba finally finds a modern successor. He isn't just coming to score goals, he's coming to lead, to bully, to hunt, to wear the number 9 shirt not with fear, but with fury. He has rejected Saudi millions. He has dismissed PSG's advances, and when asked what he wanted most, he said it clearly, I want the Premier League, and Chelsea is the club for me. This is not a Lukaku repeat. This is not a Kai Havertz experiment. Osimhen is the finished product, a beast forged in Serie A, now arriving to conquer England. Meanwhile, Gittens may not be the headline act, but don't underestimate his role in this project. Chelsea don't want superstars who shine only on Instagram, they want soldiers, technicians,